Hi everyone, and welcome to another super exciting edition of C4! On my left, let's meet the teams. It's John Artman. Hello, John.
Hello, Rob.
How are you today?
I'm very well.
You look like a little ginger elf. Marvelous. And next to you is the thoroughly delightful Shu-Chi. Hello, Shu-Chi.
Hello,
And why?
Shu-Chi.
You're named after a porn star, aren't you?
What?
Yes, she is. She's pretending she doesn't know. Let's move to my right, where we have no more from you. It's Stuart Wiggin. Hello.
Hello.
And how are you, Mr. Wiggin?
I'm good, thanks.
It's thoroughly delightful to see you here. And you are joined by the incredibly handsome young man, Joe He-young. Hello, Joe He-young.
Hello, everyone, and I'm a girl.
And your name is also Phyllis.
Yeah, but our audience don't know that.
Nobody cares. Anyway, let's move on to the first video, please. Someone want to buzz in. It's Joe He-young, also known as Phyllis. Hello.
Hi.
What's going on in this picture?
I'm afraid a man is being trapped in rubbles. And
Rubble.
rubbles?
It's uncountable.
Okay, well-
Okay, let's move to the left.
Rubble.
John Artman.
Yeah, it's a man who was trapped under rubble.
Indeed.
And he was trapped because apparently he was trying to demolish his own house.
So remember at home, don't try to demolish your own house. Okay, let's move on to little Sir Chi. When you look at this picture, what do you feel in your heart?
Earthquake. A disaster.
What a strange feeling. What about you, Stuart Wiggin? What do you feel when you look at this man squashed?
Oh, I feel quite sorry for him. I mean, all he wanted was a new kitchen. And this is
Was
what
that
happened.
a joke?
It was meant to be.
Shocking. Okay, Joe He-young, have you ever done any DIY? I bet you love to do it yourself.
No, I don't. But I do feel sorry for the guy, and God, nobody would want to be trapped like that.
I find it's quite embarrassing.
How-
John Artman, no, not yet.
Sorry.
John Artman, would you be truly embarrassed if your house fell on your face?
I would be very embarrassed.
Are you embarrassed to be here today?
No.
It's a step up for you, isn't it, Artman? Anyway, Sir
Yes.
Chi, tell us about the construction quality in your hometown of Luan.
Actually, it's good.
Fascinating. Okay.
Actually, yeah, it's really good. And it's very beautiful. My hometown is very beautiful.
It
With
is
mountains
indeed.
and rivers.
Don't you live in a mountain?
No.
No?
Yeah.
You live on a mountain.
No.
Are you a little
Beside.
mountain girl?
Okay, you can call me that.
She's like a little monkey. Okay. Stuart Wiggin, before we move on to the next picture, would you like to say anything?
No, let's just move on to the next picture, please.
Let's do it. Who is this very wet man? John Artman has buzzed in with an opinion. John Artman.
Actually, it's a fact. The fact of this photo is this man, he saved 2 drowning women, but he was not thanked.
Well, let me tell you that in this case, I would have to say that this man is just thoroughly... Anyway, let's move on to Stuart Wiggin. This man was not thanked. How would you feel if you saved someone's life and you received no thank you?
I'd be okay because I think this guy is a compassionate man. So he jumped in, he saved the people. I don't think he wasn't expecting payment.
I have to say that one person on this table would only save a life for money. Let's go over to the American. How much would you demand to save little Sir Chi? It doesn't take much effort to save this one.
Yeah, I would say about 50 kwai maybe.
50 UN to save Sir Chi. What about a monster like He-young?
That would, well, I just want to mention really quickly that normally it's about 100 renminbi. Suu Kyi, obviously, she's very small, so it's about 50 renminbi. Joe He-young, perhaps about 150.
I
feel a
also
little
think that
insulted.
you have decided
Thank
to spend less on Sir Chi because you find her rather attractive. Is that true?
Silent.
Well, I have to say, it's good that you can't see what's happening under the table. Anyway, what about you, Joe He-young? Have you ever been close to death?
No, I don't think so.
Really? What a fascinating girl we have on the show. Let's move over to little Sir Chi. Hello.
Actually, I have been.
What happened to you?
Actually, I fell into a river accidentally, and my mom saved me.
Truly brave. You know what I think about your mother? I think that your mother is actually... What an amazing mother you have. Absolutely marvelous. What about you, Stuart Wiggin? You look like the kind of guy who has saved more than a few lives.
I've never saved anyone.
Then damn you, sir. What about you, Artman? Have you actually, in reality, ever saved a life and then taken money?
I have helped people after a car accident. I did not take any money.
Helped them to die, probably. What kind of thank you would you give to someone if they saved your life?
Wow. I'll ask what that person wants.
Would you give them a job?
Well, if I'm capable of that, I would.
I'm pretty sure you are capable. What about you, Sir Chi? What would you give someone who saved your little life?
A big hug?
A big hug. That's slightly more... Well, I look forward to that. Anyway, before we get a little bit too naughty, let's move on to the next story, please. It's just a photo. John Artman, you would like to say what it is?
This is a roller coaster that is stuck 90 degrees.
That is absolutely right, 90 degrees.
Are they going up or are they coming down?
I think they're coming up.
Frankly, I don't care. And now that you've got it right, that's the end of the story. Would anyone like to add anything before we move on to the final one?
Yeah. You?
This also happened in Britain at somewhere called Flamingo World.
Flamingo World? Wow! Do you know that flamingos can live to 77 years old?
It's in North Yorkshire as well.
Is it now?
And they got stuck upside down,
Wow.
50 feet from the ground, 20 minutes in the air.
20 minutes. Does anyone know how long these people were stuck up? Yes.
Well, that was 12 passengers being stuck 90 degrees vertical to the ground. And
We've already had the 90 degree
Oh,
story.
did we? Okay.
Half an hour,
For
half
half
an
an hour.
Thank you, Stuart Wiggin, for jumping in and saving her young from more
Thank you.
embarrassment.
Thank
Silly Phyllis. Okay, what would you do, Shu Chi, if you were stuck at the top of a roller coaster for 30 minutes?
Scream.
Scream! Oh,
Yeah.
what other things make you scream?
Would you scream for
John
30?
Artman,
Would you scream for 30 minutes? Let's see.
No, maybe in the
I would
very
hate-
beginning. And
your voice would be hoarse.
Just at the
John
very
Artman,
beginning.
what would you do if you worked in the theme park and you had to rescue or entertain these people?
I think I would give them ice cream, because everyone likes ice cream.
At a 90-degree
not
angle?
me.
Or maybe a milkshake.
John Artman has not thought this through because he is American. What about you, Stuart Wiggin? If you were trapped on a 90-degree angle roller coaster, what in the world would you do?
Sing, Kumbaya, pray.
I am frankly so bored of these people that I would like to move on to the next story, please. They buzzed in at almost the same time, but it was actually Phyllis! What's going on with these giant people?
Well, these giant statues are all built by the Chinese people.
Well, you know what? I think when it comes to building, the Chinese are just frankly... Marvellous. Okay, Stuart Wiggin, would you like to go into detail about these epic statues?
I think there are some of the tallest statues in the world.
In the world! Well done,
But
China!
I was under the impression that Russia had the tallest statue in the world.
Could you please do an impression of Russia's great statue? And finally, Stuart Wiggin has come out of the closet. Well done, Stuart.
It's called Motherland.
Motherland.
It's one of my 3 favourite statues.
I knew that you had a list of 3, so let's go through it from number 3. What is your 3rd favourite statue of the world?
Motherland.
That is the 3rd one. I thought that was your number 1. What is your 2nd favourite?
The Statue of Liberty.
Wow, good choice. Well done, America. And also France, who gave it away. And what's your number 1 statue of the world?
Christ the Redeemer.
That is almost theological. In fact, it is. Is that the one in Rio?
It is.
I love Fast 5. What about you, Artman? What's your favourite statue?
I don't have one.
Well, you're boring as... Can't say that. Anyway, Shu-Chi, what about you? If you had to be made into a statue, what would you be doing? I can only imagine.
Fly to the moon.
Oh, that was lovely. Would you like to do that again?
Fly to the
I
moon.
saw a bit too much there. Okay, what about you, Jo Ha-young? If you were a statue, what would you be doing?
I'd be-
Hitting Stuart Wiggin in the eye with your ridiculous jewelry?
Well, that's one option.
Okay. What about you, Wiggin? You have some idea what you would be.
I'd have a statue of myself next to Shaquille O'Neal to give some kind of perspective.
And finally, John Artman, what would you be doing?
I would like to have a statue of myself made out of one solid piece of marble or granite of me taking a poo.
That's beautiful.
Do you know what? Frankly, I think that statue would be... I definitely think it would. Anyway, Chi, you come from one of my favorite places, Luan.
Yeah.
Is there anything famous in terms of statues in Luan?
Actually, my favorite is the little phoenix in my middle school.
Don't care. Okay, well, let's just about wrap up the show. What?
It's my favorite.
Okay, well, you're incredibly important. Let's wrap up the show by giving a prize. This prize is from my favorite Chinese organization, Soft. Well done, Soft. Let's have a round of applause for Soft. Now, this week, the prize will be going to the person who has done best on the show. However, everyone today has frankly been bollocks. So I'm going to put it back under the table. There we go. I should also tell you that I just broke it on the floor. Anyway, don't forget, if you want to check out C4, the Weibo page is down below, as is the email address. We look forward to hearing from you. Have you guys had fun?
Yeah, good day.
Okay, well, that's just about it for this week. C4 will be seeing you again soon. Bye for now.
Bye.